Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Today, we're starting the actual trial of Turnabout sisters. So let's get started. September 7th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 1. We're just starting off inside the courtroom. The court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fay. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or it'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. I don't think Edgeworth's supposed to be saying that. I keep forgetting that this game has that little mistake. You may call your first witness. The prosecution calls the chief prosecutor at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court.
Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a... Why does he keep saying sir? It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon even in a girl's hand, sir.
The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans. Added to the court record. Now, detective. Floor plans, type map, submitted as evidence during the trial. The murder scene, the Fane Cola offices. Touch the check button for details. Now, detective.
Yes, sir.
You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why?
Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence.
Maya Fay's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fay at the very moment of the murder.
The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh! Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and trust the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination.
Maya Fay's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene.
Who did you say you got a call from?
Hey, pal. Don't play dumb, you know who. The call was from a customer at the Gidwater Hotel, right across from the crime scene.
Okay. I pressed. Not sure it did much, though. Right. Please continue.
There were 2 people there already.
Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime?
Right. I'd say it was about 3 minutes.
That's pretty fast.
Motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there, before the killer got away.
Indeed. So, tell us who the two people you found on the scene were.
Yes, sir. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Are you absolutely sure it was us?
Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you two stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene.
Well, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care.
I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey.
Why's that? What's your reason?
Why? We had a witness account describing her.
Hold on just 1 second.
Yeah.
If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence. She did it, correct?
Huh? Did I say that? Me?
I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about the suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence?
What? Miss May isn't suspicious and she sure isn't pink, pal. Oh well, I guess she is pink.
That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got the other things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor.
Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Hard evidence.
After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence.
Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective.
Your Honor.
Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time?
I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir.
Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Hard evidence.
After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes.
And did you find any evidence?
No, don't jump with the gun on me, pal. Just listen, I'm getting to the good part.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body.
Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it.
Oh, then who did write it, smarty pants?
Who? I did. I was the killer. The killer! Anyone can see that.
Oh, you're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please.
She was framed! Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? Huh. I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, pal.
Well, Detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found.
On it, the word Maya was written. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood.
Do you have proof it was Mia who wrote that?
Of course I do, pal.
Uh-oh. You sounded pretty confident. This might not be good.
Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's.
What kind of tests were these again?
What kind? Well, I hear they take the little bits in the blood. The hemoglobins, hemoglobin bobbin. I refuse to testify on this matter, sir. I'm no expert on blood tests.
Yes, that was quite clear. You may continue your testimony.
Thanks, pal. I mean, Your Honor, sir.
Detective Gumshoe.
Yeah?
I think you can expect a pleasant bonus in your next paycheck.
Oh.
That was a mess.
Right, where was I? Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger.
On which hand was the bloody finger, Detective?
The right hand.
She was right-handed.
Nice try.
Uh-oh. I guess it wasn't too hard to see what I was getting at there.
Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name.
Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name?
Sure, that happens all the time in books and the movies.
This isn't a movie, Detective.
Oof.
Let's talk about reality, shall we?
I guess I haven't heard of many cases, no.
Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister?
Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal.
Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order! Order! That didn't go so well.
That's right. What he said. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name.
I want to see what Phoenix says, if I go here. That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. Okay. So I'm a bit dumb. I skipped through all of it. Let's not talk about that. If she died instantly, how could she write the name? Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying?
What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have?
You have it backwards, Detective.
But backwards?
The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately.
But...
No butting your way out of this one, Detective. Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? Day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being... That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object, but there is a possibility the victim lived for 7 minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see! Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence is in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Autopsy report updated in the court record. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes? Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Bum, 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 bum. Witness, your name, please? April May, at your service. Wink. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in the court. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th, when the murder occurred? I was, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices? That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. Witness's account. It was 9 o'clock that night. I looked out the window, and then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Wink. I'm having too much fun voicing these characters. Well, Your Honor. I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any— Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination, if only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Witness's account. It was 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, Why did you do that? Huh? Why? Why what? Why'd you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something? Oh, well, gee. What? That's it? She can't get out of this question that easily. I sort of, I had a feeling. Well, I have a feeling that she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night. Ooh. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. Badgering? You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Yeah, stop him! The poor girl? Order! Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Poor girl? What about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next? And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The woman with long hair, that was Mia Fey? Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing. Your thing. And the person attacking her? The one attacking her was that mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. How do you know she was the defendant? Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. I question the testimony. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks. What? I'll be right back. I have to get a drink. I exist again. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that. You're lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless. About this, I mean. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But... Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her, and so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? Rawr. I don't know how to do that. What are you trying to say, you mean liar? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May? The court would like to remind you to please omit nothing from your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink. The testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. Witness's account. I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. The kind of statue-y clock. The thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Teehee. I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Witness's account. I did see everything. I did. So, you saw me then, too? Of course. And remember that spiky hair anywhere. Spiky. The witness will refrain from personal attacks on the defense attorney. Aw, was I a bad girl? I'm sorry. Very well. Continue. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Is that right as in your right as you looked from the hotel? Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right, it was my right hand, right? Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. How convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes. That's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up like a bun. What happened then? And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. Where did this weapon come from? She picked it up from the desk. I see. What sort of weapon was it? That clock, the kind of statue-y clock? The Thinker, I think. A clock. Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. What does he say? What does he say? Her previous testimony must have been what Edgeworth wanted her to say. So this was the testimony in her own words. Time to press and squeeze the truth out of her. Figuratively, of course. How'd you know it was a clock? How'd you know it was a clock, man? Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer? What the fuck? You just said that this statue of the Thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Order! Miss May, can you explain how you knew this was a clock? Oh, her... The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Whew. That was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over. Huh? What? So, what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? Hold on, I'll be right back, yeah. Sorry about that. My pseudo roommate kind of just gave me a tall glass of soda for some reason. What? That's because I heard it? Yes, I heard it. Say the time. So, you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co. No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard from my hotel room. The law offices of Fay & Co. where the murder took place are very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly? Just have a look as soon as you can. Oh, see anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May. Oh. Huh? Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, you must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That's easy possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Ooh, you have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order! Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. It's a good detective, but remember he's up for evaluation soon. My heart goes out to you, Edgeworth. Not. Let's hear the conversation. Beep. So, you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you. The clock isn't talking right now. It's not working? That's lame. I had to take out the clockwork. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor? I think this recording makes it clear that the clockwork was already gone. And this was recorded in the morning, before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? Yes. The witness claimed she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness who had not seen the clock before. Thinker. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. But what? A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world, and the one that isn't here and the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible. Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today. Ooh. Oh ho ho. What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did. Wink. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because... You held it? This is familiar territory. I'll just use the same approach as with Larry. Miss May held that very clock in her hands. Mr. Wright, what was this? When she used it to strike the victim. When else? I think I made a mistake. I think I was supposed to press the other thing. But you know what? Well, let's run with this. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? April May, you killed Mia Fey, I say. And when you struck, the force of the impact made the thinker ring. That's when you heard it. Shut the fuck up, Wright. You truly are a work of art, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What's that supposed to mean? It was you who just proved that the thinker was empty. Ah, of course it wouldn't ring. What's more, the witness has a rock-solid alibi. Miss May, perhaps you could explain to the poor, misguided Mr. Wright. You were in the hotel at the time of the murder. She can't prove it. She did it. It would be my pleasure. No way! Yes way, Mr. Lawyer. It's a very tall glass of soda right here. If I could show you, I would, but I can't. But it's very tall. Okay. You just had to take a swig. That's not a swig. Okay. Yes way, Mr. Lawyer. Hee. Didn't that murder take place at 9 o'clock at night? Gee, that's the exact time I ordered some room service from the hotel bellboy. Incidentally, the bellboy corroborates the witness's story. Ergo, she was not at this crime scene. Rock solid. Mr. Wright, you've just made a serious accusation to a perfectly innocent woman. Sorry, Your Honor. That didn't go so well. But if that's the case, then how did she know the thinker was a clock? Wait, Your Honor, I figured it out. There was one other way Miss April May could have known it was a clock. One way alone, and I have proof. Well, proof, you say? Then the court will examine your proof, Mr. Wright. How did the witness know the thinker was a clock? Have a look at this. Oh, that? I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fey's phone, were you not? Oh. Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. What? What? I don't know how to objection. What? What? I don't. This is the way I say what. I guess. I can't do it. I can't make that not sound hilarious. Mr. Wright. Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is that the phone. Again. I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again, what is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue of the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used the wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she look amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May! Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer. It's not an insult, you dumbass. It's no fair. All of you gang up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? That did. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Why the wiretap? Miss May, why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping irrelevant? God, she's saying exactly what I just want her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. I'm pretty sure only 2 people in this entire series use their right to remain silent. And it's in the first 2 games. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of speech, she has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? At the time of the murder, I was in my hotel room getting a room service. How could I have killed her? If you don't believe me, just ask the bellboy. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious there. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunken quite low enough already. I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree on to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she's innocent. Therefore, you must accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Alright, I've got nothing to lose, except for, well, everything. Understood, I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Wait. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That T-shirt looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. Miss May's room service. I am the head bellboy at the Fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 o'clock in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked me for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right. I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. I'm the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. What exactly is it you do at the hotel? Why, anything required of me, sir. I check in guests, I check out guests, I clean rooms, I make beds, I even deliver room service, sir. I checked Miss May in personally. Are you always so prim? Mr. Wright, you refrain from asking frivolous questions. I believe I received a call after 8 o'clock in the evening from our guest, Miss May. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and I... The point being, I remembered her quite well, sir. Yes, what then? She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. 9 o'clock on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a TV program on TV. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9 o'clock, the time of the murder. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. Precisely 9 o'clock, then? Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 o'clock p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, tee-hee, I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9 o'clock, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. You are sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir, as in so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, the guests, favored me with an embracer, sir. Embracer? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. Not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe, perhaps, she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never, ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Wait, please wait. Yes? Does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay. this is really it. Now, this is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Tell me about check-in. Tell me about when you checked in Miss May. Oh, alright. Very well, sir. My first thought was that she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was a disappointment, really. I see. Excuse me, what exactly was a disappointment? Well, I am not without charm, sir, but even I'd have little chance with her lover there. What did he say? What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite. Indeed. It was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Did you fool? I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in there. That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In this new light, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. You agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Who? Who is this other person? Simple. It was... the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Your Honor. As has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone, yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. Oh my, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Oof! Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Ludicrous. Enough! The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. That rhymed. Court is adjourned. September 7th, 2:24 p.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Mr. Wright, you're amazing in there.
Really?
I think I might be your newest fan.
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know.
Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too.
Huh?
That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips, it sent shivers up my spine.
If you say so.
So, what happens with me? Do I gotta go home now?
Well, no. I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man with Miss May. He's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that anyway?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. May have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find out more about this man.
Do you think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Sis...
Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise.
I'm counting on you.
I asked for a full record of Maple May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow, but now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there was only one part that got left on the record. May testimony added to the court record. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. In testimony, typed documents received from Miss April May. The victim dodged an attack and then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to get her free. To be continued. Save. Guess that is all today. The longest video so far. I wonder how long it's gonna take to beat this on the 56 minute mark. I don't know how long, but I don't know how many episodes it will take. Maybe the trial, then maybe the next trial. I don't remember exactly how long it is. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. Hold on. It's saving. I'm gonna wait until, that's done. Bye. Bye.